we prepare ourselves for the summer season, it is time for cookouts and the family gathering. There are quite a few parks in the area. Today, we're following the historical parks of the James River and the Chesapeake Bay. Welcome to King Lincoln Park, one of the original African American beaches of Virginia. This beach was originally named after William Ward Pinkett. Pinkett, born in Middlesex County in 1877, was educated at Hampton Normal and Agricultural School, now known as Hampton University. There he trained as a tailor. Upon graduation, he opened a tailor shop in Newport News. His tailor shop operated for over 40 years. He started and conducted the Newport News Parade and Dance Band. He purchased property on 1 Elm Street. He was a devoted member of Carver Presbyterian Church. William Pinkett built a home on the waterfront at 6th and Ivory, which became known as Pinkett's Beach. He also built a pavilion on the beach where churches and entertainers could gather. Pinkett's Beach was the beach where African Americans could gather fish, oysters, clams, gather seaweed, and crab. It was a place of fun and entertainment. William Ward Pinkett died in 1944, but the beach was named Pinkett's Beach until 1968. And in 1968, Pinkett's Beach became Lincoln Park. And in 1984, the name was changed to King Lincoln. Today, I'm going to make a box of yak. You will need a box of Chinese yakka mein noodles, soy sauce, fermented, unfermented, or both. You will also need some meat for broth and also to go on your yakka mein. There's onions chopped, ketchup, vinegar, red pepper flakes or red pepper powder, or both. This is yak the way we grew up eating it. It is very simple and it has very few ingredients. Collins Potter Huntington, born in 1821, died in 1900, acquired land in Virginia in a city called Warwick County. After acquiring the land, Newport News then belonged to the railroad and the shipyard. The city of Newport News was known as a railroad town. He was relieved of the railroad by the government and started the Newport News Shipyard and Dry Dock Company. The growth of the city depended on the growth of the shipyard. People to this day travel all the way from South Carolina to work in the city of Newport News. Huntington's son, in 1927, donated land to the city of Newport News and created Huntington's Park. Huntington Park is named after Collins Potter Huntington. Huntington Park sits on 60 acres of land. It has a rose garden, It also has a war museum and monuments remembering the wars of America's past. And a lake for fishing. The old James River drawbridge was rebuilt because of storm surge. Part of it on the Newport News side was saved as a fishing pier. It also has a so you can go deep water fishing without a boat. James River and Chesapeake Bay. They are beautiful. They are full of life. Over the generations, they have been the gathering place. The rivers of many water baptisms and the place to gather food. I'm cleaning fish. So the thing is that I have to do with this fish, I have to clean it from the fish, I have to clean the fish, I have to scale it. So I'm going to do something that they taught me to do when I was in church. And I used to work in the kitchen with them a lot. And one thing they taught me how to do is how to clean and scale fish differently than what I was learning. I'm going to put a little salt by flour because I know they don't have any salt in it. And we'll put a little salt on this fish. And I'm going to put my fish. This is how I'm eating it. The fish market cleaned it already. It's not butterfly. It's head off and just clean. That's all it is. So, okay, there it is. In the name of Jesus. I remember when I was a little girl, my mom and them and her friends would go fishing. And they would bring home this big, huge bag of all kinds of fish. One of the fishes that was in the bag was a fish called a tiger fish. I don't know what kind of fish that was. I mean, they had a garbage bag full of fish, and my mom used to take those fish and just take them and dump them in the sink. And all we would do was clean fish. And we'd be eating fish for a couple of weeks. But it was good. And some of the oranges in the ginger that is in the tea. And I would like to say good morning. I have my eggs over medium hard because my yolk busted. And I have grits, fried fish, and my tea. My orange, lemon, and ginger tea. Now, you know what? You could add honey to that or brown sugar, but I added agave. Okay. Occupants of Point Comfort were the Powhatan Indians. Captain John Smith was the leader of the English settlement that was sent here in 1607 and in 1609. The first African Americans that entered America came in the year 1619 through Point Comfort. Point Comfort became one of the first slave ports in the USA. After the War of 1812, Fort Monroe was named after James Monroe. Fort Monroe became part of the Civil War from 1861 to 1885. It was a military base from 1861 to 2011. It has monuments of the past. Fishing pier. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. Hallelujah. God has smiled on me. Yeah, yeah. He's been good. He's been good. He's been good to me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wreck like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, yeah. Was blind, but now I see. Hallelujah. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good. He's been good. He's been good to me. These are one of the many places you could cruise in the Hampton Roads area.
Missionary organizations in the Midwest and the Northeast is send down teachers to educate the slaves, knowing that an education is one of the great steps that you need to take before you become a good citizen. So the schools are set up oftentimes in churches and houses and things like that, but the person who's in charge. We have our first historian here. This is the McFall. You see that 1 5-inch gun there? This is an Arleigh class. So all you see is that 1 5-inch gun, but you don't see that it carries about 90 missiles. So again, that's the vessel that if it engaged the battleship, could sink a battleship with a battleship.
Right from here on the Hampton to Fort Wool,
That takes a long time.
and we saw Norfolk Naval Base, and this is cruising the Hampton River and the Chesapeake Bay. This will be some. The Hampton River and Chesapeake Bay. The pier that is next to the park is the old James River Bridge. It also has a restaurant that is open during the summer. Traveling the rivers, let's discuss a little history about where the name James River and Chesapeake Bay Native Americans originally named the James River the Potomac River. At the arrival of the English in 1607, the river was named after King James I. The Powhatan Indians called the Chesapeake Bay the Great Shellfish Bay. Most of the parks on the James River and Chesapeake Bay are historical parks and are over 200 years old. The first Okay, now that we have our crabs ready for the fryer, I'm going to cook the crabs so you can eat the whole crab, the skin and everything inside of the crab. Today, I'm cooking Virginia red crabs. Virginia red crabs grow off the shores of Virginia Beach. And so, let's get started. There it is, the Virginia red crab. It's all cooked and ready to eat. When you pick Virginia red crabs, it is just like picking blue crab. I'm cooking blue crabs. So let's go crabbing and gather some crabs. I prepped my bucket that is going to hold the crabs with a little water and salt and baking soda or baking powder. Now it's time to pick and eat my crabs. And then I proceed to eat the meat out of the top and the bottom portion of the crab. They're very nice size. And I got 4 dozen. It was Grams and Rollins buy you one, get you one free sale. Yes, on guess what? Crab. We're gonna have a crab feast. Cherry is going to do a crab boil. Man.
We got the crab legs, we got the crabs. They had them for one, you buy one get one half off. Or what was it? Buy one get one free.
Buy one get one free. She's putting the water on right now. Ah. There you go.
Happy camper. Yeah.
Okay, when you get through with the shrimp, Cherry, come on and sit down.
I am.
So,
These ones is done now too.
look, get them a bang. We eating it.
We ain't even got on the crab. Oh my God. Do you see how much we got?
So we're all sitting down, eating, and the family crab boil. Today, I'm going to make some seafood Creole with brown rice. The vegetables I'm going to be using will be celery, onions, and tomatoes, and green peppers, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of basil, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. The first thing I'm going to do is cook the rice. Today I will be using oysters, tomato paste, imitation crab meat, clams, salmon, fully peeled and deveined shrimp, scallops. As you see, I added the scallops, the shrimp, and the fish. The Native Americans of Hampton, the Powhatan, were the original people who occupied what is now called Buckrow Beach. Buckrow Beach sits on the Chesapeake Bay, which the Native Americans named Shellfish Bay. The name of the property was Buckrow Plantation. By 1637, it was a tobacco plantation. After the Civil War, Buckrow became a fishing camp for everyone. In 1890, HU purchased the land. They then built a hotel called Bay Shore. I used to love going over Grandmama Florence's house. When I was little, I used to sit at the kitchen table and watch her cook. My grandmama taught her daughters they were to learn a recipe. After they learned how to cook a recipe, they were to build on it. And then after they build on the recipe, they were to write it down and pass it on to their children. My grandmother's choice of meat was pork fatback. This is smoked jaw, which also is pork. Turnips and potatoes. Seasoning. The first thing I'm going to do is add my meat and my seasonings. The thing I'm going to do is to remove the stem. I'm going to wash these greens 3 or 4 times the same way with salt and baking soda. Now that my greens are washed, the potatoes and turnips and add them to the pot. There they are, mixed greens, the way Grandma Florence used to make. Thank you. All right, today I'm making cabbage, rutabaga, and carrots. I have here 1 cabbage chopped and washed. I have here my seasoning, which is 1 teaspoon of garlic, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of red curry powder. And also I have 3 cloves in here also. I have here 4 small sliced carrots. And I have here 1 large rutabaga. And also I'm going to add some hot peppers. And that'll be it. So, till all the vegetables are tender. Cabbage, rutabagas, and carrots. Sounds like a delicious dish to me. All right, we have everything here for our sweet potato and coconut pie. We have our sweet potatoes. We have the seasoning, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. That's 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, a half a teaspoon of allspice. We have here a half a cup of butter. Margarine is what I'm using. We have here 1 cup of liquid. That's a half a cup of milk. You can use skim milk or low-fat milk. And a half a cup of coconut juice, fresh from the coconut. We have here 2 eggs, 2 egg whites. And we have here 1 1/3 cup of coconut. So let's start making our sweet potato pie. One of the most well-known to-go restaurants in the Newport News and Hampton area is Chick-A-See. Are you on the go? Are you in a hurry? Here's a restaurant for you. This is Chick-A-See on Jefferson Avenue. Let's go see if we can get that to go. Everything from chicken sandwiches to a bucket of chicken to chicken livers and gizzards to go.
Does that complete your order?
Yeah, what's the sides that I get with that?
Comes with fries, but if you would like, you can get fries, coleslaw, potato salad, mashed potatoes, gravy, macaroni salad, mixed greens, baked beans, green beans, and macaroni and cheese.
Can I make that mixed greens?
Yes, ma'am. Would you like anything else?
That's it.
Every total will be $5.61. Please hold on.
Okay.
I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice, take joy, my King, in what you
1619, it became a slave port for African Americans. In 1819, they began to construct the fort and named it after James Monroe, the 5th President of the United States. In 1861, on May the 23rd, some slaves escaped to Norfolk, Virginia. They were held in Fort Monroe as concubine of war. One of the slaves' name was James S. Field. James S. Field, after the war, became a teacher and lawyer. He then became a member of the Virginia House of Delegates from 1889 to 1890. This is James S. Field's original home. Not only is Fort Monroe a historical park, but it also has a pier where you can fish.
Recipe. I'm going to use already prepared cornbread mix, onion. I'm using peppers. And what I'm going to do is cook the cornbread on top of the stove. This is something my grandma used to do. With peppers, onions, cream style corn. Oh, I didn't show you that. I mixed cream style corn with it. See, this is just cream style corn. And mix. Okay, I'm gonna put a little vinegar on my fish. Bayshore Hotel became a place for everyone to gather. Because of the laws of Jim Crow, they divided the beach. In 1930, they built an amusement park in which African Americans could enter, but they were not allowed to ride on some of the rides. One of the rides they could not ride on was the Ferris wheel. The amusement park and the Bayshore Hotel was torn down. Buckrow Beach today is still a gathering place. Buckrow Beach has a fishing pier. Until sunup. Buckrow Beach today has cookout shelters, picnic tables, a beachfront, and many other amenities.
To Jesus, who's the head of my life, and he's my everything. And I just want to sing this song because everybody know that right now this is the time, the day and time for us to turn to the Lord and give him our all in all. So this is a song that I wrote. Well, God gave it to me, and I'm just gonna sing it as is. Turn to me right now, change your ways, I want you to turn to me right now before it's too late. I want you to turn to me so I can save your life. It's time to give up sin, envy, hatred, and strife. So put down that gun, put down that knife. Come on, and give God back your life. Turn to me right now. Change your ways. Come on, turn to me right now before it's too late. Oh, turn to me.
There's a beachfront complete with a lifeguard station. This is the largest cookout shelter in the park. It comes with a smokehouse. They have picnic tables and more shelters. The state of Virginia was part of the first 13 colonies that were formed by the English settlers in 1607. They also have a new campground. All they need is you.